Everyone, it is 6 o'clock and we will call our meeting to order. This is the Scott County Fiscal Court business meeting for the 23rd day of April 2026. We're moving right along here into spring. We have a full agenda. We have some guests today to recognize some great artwork. So with that said, I will ask everyone to join me in the pledge. Let's pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Hamilton, will you call the roll?
Mr. Hostetler.
Present.
Mr. Jones.
Here.
Mr. Wallace.
Here.
Mr. Corman.
Present.
Mr. Ellison.
Here.
Mr. Pratt.
Here.
Mr. Livingston.
Mr. Livingston will be here momentarily, so we'll let the record reflect when he comes his attendance.
Mr. Culbertson.
Here.
Judge Covington.
Present. So with that said, let the record reflect that we have a quorum and we can conduct business. The first item on our agenda are the minutes of our previous meeting. Those were shared by email. Any questions or comments? Motion from Kelly, second from Rob Jones. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Transfers as presented by email. Any questions or comments related to those? Motion from Ryan Pratt. Second from Dwayne Ellison. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Bills and hand checks as presented.
Motion.
Motion from Rick Hostetler. Second from Dwayne Ellison. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. That leads us to a special recognition that we have. We have the Craigle family, and we have Miss Ava Craigle, who is a 10th grade student here at Scott County High School. She's a very talented artist. Each year, Scott County Schools host an art competition just before the Kentucky School Board Association Conference. KSBA invites schools to design a banner to represent its conference theme and showcase their students and districts. This year, advanced art students submitted several pieces to convey the theme, Built to Last. Ava was the Scott County Schools winner, creating this drawing of our beautiful and historic Scott County Courthouse. And we've got that. We're going to display that in the lobby, and excited about that. Ava and her parents are expected here tonight, and they are here with us tonight. So just so appreciative of your efforts and wanted to recognize good effort. And we've got Superintendent Billy Parker here with us as well. So let's give Ava a hand. Now, Ava, I'm going to make you come up front and maybe say a few things. Ava, I won't do that to you. But I'm going to see if the court will join me down here, and we'll put you front and center, and maybe take a picture. Now, what made you? I want to try to. What made you pick the courthouse?
Well, the sign up there is the Georgetown was established in 1781.
250 years ago.
Yeah, which is older than the Constitution, so it's like it's obviously built to last. It's been here for that long. So I'm gonna put it on the artwork for the theme.
We have such a historic building here, and it's truly a landmark here. Not only in Georgetown, but in Central Kentucky, and the history of it. And your work is awesome, and just really love it. So let's give her one more hand. Let's give one.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Superintendent Parker, you all right. Hey, thank you. All right. Jack.
Great, thanks, guys.
All right. Ava, thank you. And we'll put this in the lobby and display it. And really, you did a great job.
Wish I could do it. Me too. That's why I told her.
Ava, you gonna get dinner out of this somewhere?
I'll take a takeout.
There was a cash prize, so she could take us out.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so we also have another special guest sitting here with us, Representative Tony Hampton. And I'm gonna ask for just a little deviation of the agenda. Representative Hampton has a special recognition that he wants to do, and Senator Hampton, or not Senator, Representative Hampton.
You couldn't pay me enough.
Yeah. Would you like to? All right.
Good evening, everyone. Miss you guys.
So I'm here tonight as your state representative to issue a citation of appreciation to our road department director, J.R. Brandenburg. So, Daddy, the Godfather, if you please step up. Told you like that. I'm going to read it. The House of Representatives, Commonwealth of Kentucky Citation of Appreciation. The House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Kentucky hereby recognizes and honors J.R. Brandenburg for exemplary service to his community as a respected road supervisor for the Scott County Road Department. Mr. Brandenburg has worked in the equipment industry for 20 years before accepting a position with the road department where he sees an exceptional staff of 20 more than highly trained and capable crew members and is responsible for road maintenance, scheduling annual road pavements, snow removal, high water issues, damage, and providing for the overall care and safety of Scott County roadways. Inasmuch as this dedicated public servant with the hard work commitment of his outstanding staff, he has worked tirelessly and with the utmost integrity and professionalism to enhance and maintain area roadways, and as a result has earned the respect and admiration of his colleagues. And all those have benefited from his hard work. The members of this distinguished body are deeply honored to join Representative Tony Hampton, myself, in offering sincere commendation and gratitude for Mr. Brandenburg for his years of exemplary service and in extending him the best wishes for continued success. It means you're never retiring, and good fortune in the future. Done in Frankfort, Kentucky, this 21st day of April in the year of 2026, signed by Speaker of the House David Osborne and myself, Representative Tony Hampton.
Representative Hampton, thank you, and we feel the same. We're blessed to have him. So
Something was wrong with the name on there. Isn't there quotations?
The Godfather?
Parentheses with Godfather in it? Something.
I didn't read
You all
that.
want to come up here and take a picture? And,
Sure.
Yeah.
JR should probably say something.
Yeah. No, I think JR should.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. It's an honor.
You got to come up here.
And he wants a couple more dump trucks.
They'd like to request something.
All right, Tony, JR, and Joe Pat, scoot over just like 6 inches. There you go, perfect. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, let Jack. All right, thanks.
There we go. See, can you get
With that said, we will get on with our annual CRA and LGEA hearing. Do you have a script that we need to read, Stace?
The ad, if you'd like to read that.
Public hearing will be held by the Scott County Fiscal Court at the courthouse on April 23rd, 2026 at 6 for the purpose of obtaining citizen comments regarding the possible uses of county road aid and local government economic assistance funds, LGEA. All interested citizens of Scott County are invited to submit verbal or written comments on possible uses of CRA and LGEA funds. Any persons who cannot submit written comments or attend the public hearing but wish to submit comments should contact the office of the county judge executive by April 22nd at 9 a.m. so that arrangements can be made to secure the comments. So that was public noticed and put in the paper. Did you have any written comments?
I did not.
Is there anyone here that would like to make any comments? And of course, we will continue to accept any comments as we go through this budget process. So any other comments from any magistrates? All right. JR has to do his thing.
Thank you very much. The roads I've looked at and chosen to repave this year with everybody's approval is Crumball, Craig Lane, section of Weisenberger Mill, section of Skinnersburg Road, Green Lane, Watkinsville Lane, Burgess Court, Seahawk Trail, Lantern Trail, Merlin Drive, Galahad Drive, and Lynette Drive, which is
12. How many miles was it?
about 12 miles.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Basically 1.25 million of repaving.
And we've
Thank-
edged that number up a little bit over time. And
Yes.
any questions or comments?
Did you say Merlin and?
Merlin, Galahad, and
Are they-
Lynette, that's in Lance lot.
Lancelot. Yeah, right. I got that one.
We did half of it, well, a little over half of it a couple of years ago. When this will finish the subdivision up, should be good for another 20 years.
JR, appreciate,
Thank y'all.
always know that you've taken a lot of time to pull all that together, and you're out there all the time, so.
JR, does the city get the same stuff? Does the city get that too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need a motion on that or not?
No, we just will close out the hearing, and then, of course, we'll always accept any comment as well as we move forward. But JR, thank you. With that said, then, if there's no other comment, then we'll close out the hearing and move to number 9, EMS new hires.
Yes, good evening. On behalf of Chris Rooney, I'm pleased to recommend the appointment of one full-time and one part-time employee in the department. The first one, the full-time employee is Danielle Brock. She'll be an EMT starting at $14.56 an hour, and she will begin employment on May the 4th. And the part-time employee is Adriana Christopher, also an EMT at $14 an hour, and she'll begin employment on or after this coming Monday, April the 27th. The full-time hire returns the department back to full staffing, and that's the recommendation for your,
You knew that question was going to be asked?
I've already got it covered.
Motion from Kelly, second from Rob Jones. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
EMS agreement, education field place. Chris, good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Good evening, Judge Magistrates. So this agreement that we presented, we do allow EKU to come in, their paramedic students to come in and do ride time with us, as we do for other paramedic courses around the state or in central Kentucky. This one's a little bit different in that it is a behavioral health school, EKU school, and they want to send students up to monitor, not really monitor so much as interview, talk to, learn from our peer-to-peer counselors. So if there were to be a counseling session and the person agreed that they were okay with the student sitting in on that, we would allow that, but otherwise it would just be mock counselings. but just give them an opportunity to kind of see our system and how we set it up and how it works. So,
Questions or comments? Motion from Ryan Pratt, second from Dwayne Ellison.
thank you.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Joe Pat, Chris has requested to attend out-of-state travel. If we want to do that now and keep all of EMS stuff together.
Sure. I mean, I think we can have that discretion. If you want to make that request for out-of-state travel.
Yeah, there's an out-of-state travel request. It's for June 15th through 19th, and that will be for John Osterman to go up to Harrodsburg, Pennsylvania for some FEMA training. It's all free other than the travel up there and back. All the lodging, meals, everything, classes paid for.
It's not Orlando. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania is not Orlando.
Not Orlando. Right, that's true. That's one good thing. No, this is, so the state is trying to develop their task force, and he's been assigned to the medical branch of that, so it's training for that specific.
Is that
Any
a couple-
questions or comments?
Couple of days or,
15th through the 19th?
Yeah, 15th through the 19th.
Oh.
June, yeah.
okay,
Was that a motion, Rick?
yeah.
Second from Dwayne. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? None. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. That leaves us fire department agreement renewal, and we have Chief Ward here. Chief Ward, good afternoon or evening.
Afternoon. Judge, magistrates, looking at getting your all's approval to enter into this contract with the testing for public safety. We used them in 2022 and in 2024, and then now coming up in 2026. But it's basically a company that assists us with the promotional process for the company officer position. They will basically create the written exam, they will administer the written exam, and then they will also oversee and administer the assessment exercises of that promotional process. So basically, they oversee both of those, and then we will do the oral interviews in-house for that process.
Questions or comments? I think this has been successful in a good process.
It has, yeah. Like I said, we've used them
Okay.
2 other years as well.
Is there a cost with that?
There is. It's with the written and with the assessment, you're right a little bit above $6,000. But it's we account for it in our budget.
So it's nothing outside of what the budget's already been approved.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Questions, comments?
Yeah, and we're only involved because it's a contract, right?
Huh?
We're only involved because it's a contract.
Yes.
Yeah.
You mean like once it's over with, yes, yeah.
Motion from Ryan Pratt. Second from Rob Jones. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you
Motion
all.
passes. Thank you. Next, I'm asking for approval to advertise a bid for installation of Kohler generator and transfer switch at the sheriff's office, and we'll just be advertising just the installation of that, because I will bring to you all a separate document through Sourcewell to procure the actual Kohler spec'd out generator and transfer switch. That'll come separate, but wanted to get approval to go ahead and advertise this here in the next, 2 weeks or so. Questions or comments? Would there be a motion? Motion from Rob Jones. Second from Kelly Corman. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. And that leads us to new business. We've got the first item, and I'll lean on JR and Cam to help me if there's any additional questions, but we are asking for your approval to create an addendum to the contract with Todd Johnson Contracting in relationship to the it's essentially the contract now for the North Race Fork Bridge. or Mount Horeb Bridge. And it pauses liquidated damages on Mount Horeb project from 4/22 until 5/31. If they do not complete the bridge by 5/31, then after that, liquidated damages would be reassessed beginning on 6/1 if the road is not open to full-time traffic. And then it credits back $5,700 back to Todd Johnson Contracting, which H&B has calculated as appropriate given day-to-day review of the project. So we withheld liquidated damages because they did not meet the terms of the contract. After meeting with them, going over days that they had submitted, weather-related, et cetera, it was agreed upon your approval, to recommend this addendum. What questions or comments does anyone have? The North Race Fork Bridge on Monday, JR, if I'm correct, the guardrails will be installed on Monday. It's open temporarily now, but it's got barriers up that are temporary barriers, but we needed to get that thing open, and we went ahead and did that. So that's, and then Mount Horeb, the beams are in place. Now they're waiting to pour the deck. Then they'll apply the asphalt guardrail, but their date is the last week of May, and we gave them till May 31st. And they're very confident unless some crazy weather event. Yeah, yeah.
And North Race Fork?
North Race
is
Fork
already
will be,
open.
guardrails will be in, it'll be full steam ahead.
That's the last part of that.
Yeah,
Just the guardrails.
just the guardrails. It's open with, oh yeah, they've asphalted it. And JR and I've been out there and inspected it. It's a nice job.
Yeah.
People stopped and said, hey, we appreciate this. It looks great when we were out there. So, they did a nice job on the work. And it's a good product. And I'm confident Mount Horeb will be too. It's taken a while. So that's that part. I also have
Do you need a motion or anything?
yeah, but I'll come back to it. The other part that I shared by email yesterday was the change order that we had to also consider. And that was totally due to getting it open early, but it really encompasses the MOT, and I think that's the mobilization for temporary opening, and then the rental of all the barriers, and that's Todd Johnson submitted that. H&B says that what they have submitted is normal for the industry and such. So they recommended approval for the change order in the amount of $11,346.
Were those guardrails a part of that, or were they the original contract?
Originally, they had mentioned $5,500 for coming out to mobilize for the guardrails to be installed separately, but we ended up just having all the guardrails are going to be put in. The guardrails are on the actual bridge structure, but now the approaches will have it.
And I can see why they need them.
Yeah, and actually, the approaches are pretty long.
But what we're doing now is all encompassing.
Yes.
That'll be a finished product.
Yes.
North Race.
No, it'll be finished completely.
No, you said 11. Didn't it say 24?
No, this is the change order.
That's what I'm looking at here.
I sent that yesterday, and it was a separate attachment.
This raised fork or?
Yeah, it was just for where to go.
I'm gonna show them what you're looking at.
Change order
Project
number.
name, North Race Fork, 24,000.
This is a different one, Joe Pat, he's looking at.
That's change order number one. We've already done that one.
Oh, I'm sorry, I put up no.
Yeah. This is number two, change order number two. And I sent it yesterday by email, and attached it to that email that we were trying to explain this by.
Is it
That's good.
for
It's 11%.
North Race Fork?
North Race Forward.
That's what we've already done.
We do those separate.
Yeah, so we need two different motions. We need a motion to approval to authorize Cam and I to do an addendum to the contract, and then we need a motion to approve the change order number 2 for North Race Fork.
I make a motion to approve the addendum.
All right. Is there a second from Rick Hostetler? Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. And then the second one is change order number 2.
I'll make a motion on change order 2 to accept for, what's the, 11,000, I don't have it.
11,346, change order number 2.
Second.
Second from Rob Jones. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. I now will go to Jeremy Nettles for some new business. How many, 2.5, 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
we had a vehicle that was involved in an accident, intersection 460 in the bypass. It's a K-9 unit. Thankfully, no one was injured very severely, and there was K-9 was not in the vehicle at the time, so that was good. But that vehicle has been totaled. Stacy has shared with me that Keiko's said we would be credited $33,400.
$33,208.
Okay, 33,208. So that was a 2019 or 21. That was a 21 Tahoe. So with that credit that we'll receive in the next month, I went on and said, Sheriff, let's call L&W. L&W is your upfitter, and they've came and have they already salvaged what they could?
Yeah, they were over there this morning. They took everything off the cruiser that they could reuse on a new one. Yes.
So like they stripped what we could reuse, which was pretty good amount.
It's going to save us radio, radar, the truck vault in the back. It's going to save us right around $10,000.
So it'll save us
on an upfit. And the computer, obviously, the computer mount, all those things are reusable.
You've called and checked state contract price on a 25 Tahoe.
Yes.
Now you want to share why you prefer Tahoe over Explorer and.
Yeah, in this instance, as you guys do know, I do prefer Explorer as a patrol vehicle, but with it being a canine vehicle, the space is needed for the dog and for the prisoner transport side of the cage. So I would like to replace this wrecked Tahoe with another Tahoe because it would be also a canine vehicle. The state contract price on the 25 Tahoe is $55,231.
And what's there's not a lot of difference between that and the Explorer, right?
As
on the state contract, what's the
it's a $10,000 difference.
I know, but I mean for the size.
Oh, for the size, there's quite a difference in size, interior-wise, yes, and especially the cargo area where they keep a lot of the supplies. Our canine officers, the ones that have the drug dogs, have a safe in the back of there where they are able to store their training narcotics. Yeah.
Now, we believe that we can move some money internally within the sheriff's budget and not have to. Is that what we planned on doing? Out of FF&E, and that's under the sheriff's. Yeah. So that we've got money that will pay this difference is what we're saying. But what comments or questions would anyone have? We need a motion to approve the purchase and.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All right. Second down here with Rick Hostetler. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. With that said, the next item that I have in new business is budget related, and it's John, would you come up, and this is related to 2200 Cincinnati Pike. So in John's budget request, it's been included, is this the second year possibly we've talked about this?
I think second, yeah.
Yeah, at 2200 Cincinnati Pike, that structure was built in 1993, I believe.
97, some, yeah.
It's mid-90s.
Yeah.
And what we don't have is facilities, separate facilities for showers for female staff. And what we also have is we now have, instead of having one truck running out of there, one crew, we have two crews running out of there. And the kitchen is really small, and then you have a day room that comes off the kitchen, and then that right off there is your shower and bath facilities, and then the sleeping quarters is just one room, and that's where you have multiple bunks. And the thought process is we believe, and Dwayne and I went out and looked at it, and JR as well. We went out and looked, and we've had BCI walk through with us, and we have a proposal from BCI, is the consideration of a concept of removing a wall between the kitchen and the day room to make the kitchen larger and update the kitchen. And then where the current sleeping room is would become the day room. That would become the day room. And we think the possibility exists of putting in a female shower and bathroom on one side and one corner would be an efficient way to go about it. In that, so it'd be off the day room, but they would have a closed facility, private facility for females. And then we would have to build new square footage of essentially a hallway outside those doors, outside the day room, and then you would essentially line up. How many bunks would you like to have?
8.
You'd like to have 8 bunk rooms. So if you go to the EMS facility and think of that facility where they have a single sleeping room with a door just off a hallway, just line up 8 and try to do that. And BCI has submitted a proposal to do a concept and give us a rendering, and then give us a budget estimate for $5,000 flat fee. I think it's a fair, very fair proposal, and that gives us information that we need to make budget decisions. Now, one other piece to this is when they built Cincinnati Pike, they had geothermal in there. But the geothermal never worked right, and 25 years ago, they installed a chiller outside this area. That chiller is, Dwayne's laughing, but it's sinking. It's literally, the slab is sinking, and it's Mullis. I know Harold, where's John? Harold was going to try to get us how much we've spent with Mullis doing.
Yeah, he's still working on that.
So he's working on it. Now, that also has to kind of be a part of this conversation. But
because that chiller is basically in the area where we would look at expanding those bedrooms out.
It would go that way, so you'd have to deal with it.
But I still think you'd have room
You would.
to stick the chiller
That side.
on the
other
outside of that.
Yeah.
So if that's where you wanted to end up putting it, but for $5,000, they'll give us a concept plan. They'll go and do a site. They'll really dig into it, and then they'll give us
break it out, too.
They'll break it out and give us a budget estimate. Comments and questions, John. You tell me what this would do for your agency.
Well, and the biggest reason we bring this up, like I said, it's just not the you know, when that station was built, you had 3, maybe 4 people using that area that we're talking about. Now you potentially have 8 to 9 people using that area. The kitchen is way small. It's hard to get that many people in that kitchen. The bathroom facilities, shower facilities, it's not conducive to have a female there. I mean, basically, we do have a female there, but basically she has to go in and make sure that's locked, that door's locked, because that's where the bathrooms and the showers are all in that same room. So it's just, you know, it'd be better for that as well. But it would greatly enhance that working area, or, you know, because that's basically that's their living quarter side is what we're talking about.
And then the other piece, being in Chris, I value comment from you as well, but, you know, to be able to go in your own room, close the door, turn the light out, and go to sleep is different than sleeping in the same room with 7, 8 other people. And the better quality sleep, you know, I think it's just, yeah. So, Chris, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, that's been a big improvement we've seen on our folks, and just what you mentioned, just the quality of rest you get, because Dwayne made a joke, but yeah, you've got folks that snore and you're in an open room and nobody's getting any sleep, and you know, some people light sleepers and some people are not, and it's just, it makes a big difference being able to get a quality night's rest.
What other questions or comments?
Are 8 bedrooms enough? Because you have 2 crews, plus isn't your battalion chief out there?
Yes, the battalion chief actually is on the other side, so they have their own office in their own sleeping quarter area, in bathroom area on that side. So they actually are on the other side of the base.
But you've got 6 normally, is that right?
7.
7, I'm sorry.
If full staff, yeah.
I mean, I'm all ears, but this is trying to get us good information to make decisions, and that's why we're here.
My way of thinking is take this crew and move them to stamping ground, build it in stamping ground.
You still have to do it though.
Yeah.
You know, you still
And then
have
we
to do
wouldn't
it.
have to worry about
Well,
remodeling, but I understand, yeah.
I think either way you have to remodel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
it has to be done to
Yeah.
get
And the
the
issue
facilities
with-
what we need.
with-
We need to take care of it.
No,
And
and
the
if
issue with
you
Station
add,
1
if you add in stamping ground, you're still gonna have 2 at 2,200.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's the sheer fact of having the engine there, a rescue truck, a tanker truck, and the ladder truck, and then your brush trucks and all our like utility, like specialized rescue trailers.
So we'll
It's just,
always
there's
keep
so
2
much,
crews at that
there's
station?
so much there that you need, you know, having only 1 crew there to try to manage all that apparatus is very difficult.
And the other thing is the rescue truck runs out of there as well, and that's the most used apparatus that we have.
Yeah.
But when we get to that conversation about stamping ground, which will be sooner than later, because John and I, we've already talked and discussed, you know, when we get to that, that would have its own standalone crew.
Yeah.
The reality is you have to add 3 shifts. Right now, we have 3 men on an apparatus. You know, John would like to have 4 on each apparatus. But you're talking about
12 people.
12, approximately 12 new staff. And that, but I think that's a real consideration that we're going to have to discuss sooner than later.
Well, no, I was just trying to make a lighthearted joke, but
Well,
I agree. We got to take care of
even
these
if
buildings.
it's just 1 crew there,
Yeah.
you still want to do 4 sleeping
Yeah.
rooms, and you'd still want to do something with this kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, it still needs. I mean, it's got a window unit.
I mean, if you walk in there,
Yeah, I mean,
it's got a window unit in the back that's using the heat and cooling, and
I mean, it
plus you
looks
don't
like-
want the chiller dropping off the
The
edge.
chillers, I
That's
think they're
just hard
spending a
on
lot
the
of
head.
money on it like crazy. It's what it sounds like.
I'll
So
make
this-
that motion, Judge.
okay, motion,
I'll second.
second from Rob. Any other questions or comments?
I think
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you all.
This is for the
5,000.
5,000 proposal. Now, John, you know, in the next few months, I think we need to have a work session time to talk about the data that you and I have talked about. You know, if you added another fire district in the Stamping Ground area.
Yes.
So,
And I would suggest everybody go out there and take a visit, because of that whole campus at 2200, because it's, you know, there's other things that needs to probably.
one other thing while he brings that up, down on the EMA side, there's a retaining wall on both sides that, as you enter the EMA area, both sides are in the process of failing.
Starting to lean.
They're caving. One's caving out and the other one's caving in, kind of.
Ever since they built that building, they've always had problems with the settling, the dirt around that building.
Yeah. But that will be part of our budget discussion, that retaining wall, and try to get a little bit more data on that. Anything else you want to add? How's those new pumpers and ladder going?
Good.
All right.
Good.
You think is Stamping Ground the biggest need for the next, I know what Rob's saying. I'm not even gonna look that way, but.
Right.
You think that's your next biggest need?
I think so, yeah. I mean, we viewed the map, and Whitley did a good job putting that together as far as showing us like road mileage. I mean, you can see where the big gap is. I mean, and you can also see run volume wise where we're tracking, you know, what each station's doing run volume wise. Station 5 Homestead is almost double. Not counting Station 1. Station 1's a busy, but for the sheer fact of the rescue truck. But you look at each individual station, Homestead's almost double run call volume, and it's because of where they're going, that area.
So that's something that we will bring to you all to put data in front of you for future consideration. So, thank you, John.
All right, thanks.
Any other public comment or comment from magistrates? I have no other new business.
Did you want to talk about the application process?
Oh, I wanted you to mention, Jeff's not here. We have over 120.
We had 138 people apply for the position that we posted for recruit firefighter. So we started Monday, contacting them because next week is a written test. Currently, right now, of those 138, we have 120 on the books scheduled for the written exam, which I was kind of shocked at because a lot of times people will apply, you go to call them to get them scheduled for a written day, they decline it. But currently, you know, we're right now, I think of those 138, 4 or 5 withdrew, but we're still trying to contact I think last 15 or so. But 120 right now is scheduled for the written exam, which is basically we're doing 3 nights of the written exam next week. So really great turnout. Yeah.
So we'll follow up with more information about that, but that's very solid. Written exam, where is that done?
We're doing it this year at BCTCS.
Okay.
They've allowed us to use their rooms to.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you all.
All right. Any other new business from any court member or any public comment? Ms. Johnson, how are you? How many days till May 19?
We have about 380 plus mail-in absentee requests, and about 100 have been returned. That's a lot of early activity for mail-in.
Oh.
So we're pleased with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So excited about seeing how the new voting center at the office is used. And, you know, I know it won't be as busy as the library, but, it'll take a little time, but it'll be a great asset, I think. Y'all have got it all laid out pretty well already, don't you?
Yes.
All right.
May I make a comment?
Well, we always ask for public comment. Yes, sir.
I mean, I've only been here a year, so I'm learning. But I've seen the fire department and the sheriff's department, corrections department. They tend, and they need what they're asking for. I get that. But if you're looking to redevelop this station out on Cincinnati Road, and the fire department's asking for 8 beds, I would suggest you consider putting in them do the bidding or the development or the plan for 10 bids. Because this place is just constantly, and it's a lot cheaper. I mean, it's gonna be more expensive, but it's a lot cheaper to do it on the front end than having to deconstruct and reconstruct.
No,
So that I'm just trying to save county
Yeah,
money
Nothing
in the
gets
long
cheaper.
run.
Yeah,
nothing gets cheaper, and I appreciate your comment and appreciate your interest.
Okay.
No, thank you. And I know John does too. No. No, I appreciate it very much, and it's a good point. Like, how much more is it gonna cost to build 2 more beds? And it'll buy you time down the road. So we'll make sure to get that as a option. If there's no other public comment or no other business, is there a motion to adjourn? Kelly?
Waiting on you, Kelly.
Ryan Pratt, second. All those in favor? We are adjourned.